Hey friends, Jeff here with missionmusician.com and mixpractice.com. Got a review today for you of a brand new module coming out for VMR called VTC from Slate Digital. And this is a pretty cool plugin. If you haven't had a chance, stop by missionmusician.com and get my free mix bundle. If you want to get a better understanding of what it takes to mix and become better at mixing, please join us over at mixpractice.com. But let's go ahead and jump into the Slate VTC review. All right, so what you're looking at is three brand new plugins for VMR called VTC, Virtual Tube Collection. There are three modules called the Hollywood, the London, and the New York. Let's just read what this says. So the London is inspired by some vintage tube circuits originating from Europe. The sound is big, warm, and bold in the lows and low mids, and slightly smooth in the top end. The transient response has a slight thickness to it without being overly aggressive. London sounds amazing for fattening up tracks in preamp mode or thickening things up with its preamp saturation, and can add fat analog body in console mode on the whole mix. New York is inspired by some vintage tube circuits with a hint of inspiration from some New York solid-state discrete circuits to give it some tightness and impact. New York is aggressive in the mids and tighter in the low mids due to its unique dynamic harmonic saturation. It can add incredible focus and punch to a track in preamp mode, especially in boost mode. It's also an all-around winner for many genres in console mode when used on the master fader. You really dial in the saturation with New York and then find the perfect blend with the mix knob. And I'll go over these controls in just a minute. And finally, the Hollywood is the most colorful of the three modules, and it's got some beautiful air depth, excitement, and some really big bottom. Use it on boost mode and make your tracks come alive. It's fantastic when paired with some of the vintage VMS mics to add some extra top-end flavor and warm lows. In console mode, it can simply transform a lifeless, I'm assuming that's supposed to say a lifeless mix or instrument, into something larger than life. Okay, so let's go over the features. It has an output VU meter, which right now we are in beta on this. Today is Monday the 15th. It's due to be released Wednesday the 17th. I'm not a big fan of how these meters work at the moment. I'm not sure. I know we're supposed to get another beta here in the next couple of days, or in the next day, I should say. So I don't know if that's going to be addressed or not. It has a clipping bulb right here. Let's see. Okay, it has mode for preamp and console. Okay. This chooses which algorithm is selected in each VTC mode. Preamp models a tube preamp circuit, and therefore the saturation will emulate cranking the input amplifier while attenuating an output trim. In console mode, the module emulates a tube summing circuit, including unique crosstalk and saturation properties. Okay, so up here, there's a preamp and a console mode. Okay, so the preamp obviously emulates some sort of preamp, and you can turn this up to get more distortion on it, while the console emulates a summing console, a tube summing console. Color, normal, boost. Okay, so up here we have two other switches, which is normal and boost. Now, boost isn't... it doesn't boost your volume. There was a lot of confusion about this when we were demoing this plugin or beta testing it. It's just more, right? It's more saturation, more color than normal. And maybe I'll try to demonstrate that. So on normal mode, the module recreates realistic properties of the studied tube circuits. Boost amplifies these nonlinear, I can't even say that word, to add even more expression, color, and vibe. So it's just more, Okay, that's what it's doing. Saturation. Okay, so this is the saturation knob here on all the consoles, or I'm sorry, on all the plugins. So saturation in preamp mode, this will emulate the tone of preamp saturation. For most audio sources, this will be more subtle up to 12 o'clock, and then start to get more severe, likely ending up in rich tube distortion. In console mode, the saturation replicates mix bus overdrive, such as when you push faders hot into the master section of the console. So it's more forgiving and can add a thick, glued, colorful tone when pushed. There's also a high-pass filter and an output gain. And then, of course, Slate has provided a mix knob, too, so we can mix in how much of this we want. So when trying to decide how I wanted to demo this, I wasn't really sure what to do because it's literally like me demoing 3 different plugins that has, 4 different settings. So it's going to be kind of difficult. So let me kind of show you what I'm going to start off doing. So in this row here, I have VMR with the 3 instances of Hollywood, London, New York. Okay, I have them set to preamp normal. Okay, so we're going to start off with Hollywood, then I'll pause the video and I'll switch it to London, and so on and so forth. In this row, we have the same exact setup, except it's on boost mode. Okay, so this is the only thing that's changed, and I'm going to run these at about 30%. And maybe on an individual instrument, I'll kind of crank it up so you can hear what it does, because it does sound pretty cool when you crank these things up. So let me, there's no plugins on the song except for I have some compression on the vocal. The vocal is a scratch vocal. We haven't even cut the real take yet, so if you hear some pitchiness, don't blame it on the artist. It's just a scratch vocal. It was a very quick take. I don't even have the drums bounced out for this. I've got Easy Drummer here, and I have not even routed out the tracks for the individual drum tracks. All right, so this is probably the rawest mix that I could try this on. And I do have the vocals running to a little bit of reverb here in this temporary reverb. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to play you just a little bit of this with nothing on. So let's do that really quick. Your touch lets me catch a glimpse of heaven above and find my peace knowing you are enough, 'cause you are my love. You conquer kingdoms, you climb these mountains, you shine. Okay, very raw, not mixed at all. So what I'm going to do is we're going to first, I'm going to turn on the Hollywood. You can see it's on here, and then these two are off. So I'm going to turn on the Hollywood, and then I'm going to turn on the Hollywood in boost mode. And so down here at the submix, what I've done is I've set these to console, okay, to emulate it going into a summing console. All right, so, and this is on normal on Hollywood, and this one's on boost console. So I hope I'm making sense. So all the tracks are running through the preamp, and then the submix is running through the console. All right, so these are preamp normal. This is console normal. These are preamp boost. This is console boost. All right, so let's take a listen. Your touch lets me catch a glimpse of heaven above and find my peace knowing you are enough, 'cause you are my love. You conquer kingdoms, you climb these mountains. All right, so this is a bug that I've been that's been going on in the in the beta testing, and it's very random and it's very hard to replicate. So I'm hoping that there's a fix for this coming in the release. I'm sorry about that. Let's try that again. Let me catch a glimpse of heaven above and find my peace knowing you are enough. Man, these things sound phenomenal. All right, let's try the boost mode down here. Let me catch a glimpse of heaven above. All right, for this song, that would be too much. Let me catch a glimpse of heaven above and find my peace knowing you are enough. All right, and keep in mind, I've done no high-pass filtering on this. Like for the bass, for example, I would probably want to high-pass filter that up because I'm really hearing a lot of muddiness when I kick this on the bass. So let's compare between these two. All right, really quick. Let me catch a glimpse of heaven above and find my peace knowing you are enough. 'Cause you are my love. You conquer kingdoms. Yeah, that's a little much for this song. All right, so what I'm going to do is pause the video, and I'm going to go through all these and switch them over to London. I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back. One of the things that I don't like about this particular plugin, and it's not that big of a deal, but I don't like that it doesn't have a grouping feature. So I literally had to go through each one of these plugins, turn this off, and turn this one on. I prefer to have a grouping feature where if I had London across all my tracks, I could adjust, across all my tracks how much I want, saturation, obviously not high frequency, I'm sorry, not the high pass filter. I wouldn't want to do that on all my tracks, but I could switch between preamp and console and boost and normal on all the tracks that have this plugin on it. It'd be nice to have a grouping feature. Who knows? Maybe in an update. Okay, so obviously, as it said in the manual, Hollywood was the most aggressive one. So let's listen to, this is London. We're going to listen to it on the preamp normal, and then we'll listen to it on the preamp boost down here. Again, this is the normal console on the submix and the the boosted console on the submix down here. So let's take a listen. Let me catch a glimpse of heaven above and find my peace knowing you are enough. 'Cause you are my love. You conquer kingdoms. You climb these mountains. You shine bright. I think this one's my favorite one. Man, that sounds really good. All right, let's listen to the boosted version. Let me catch a glimpse of heaven above. That is just beautiful. Let me catch a glimpse of heaven above and find my peace knowing you are enough. Oh my goodness, I love what that's doing to the vocals. I love what that's doing to the guitar. Holy cow, that sounds phenomenal. All right, let's listen to the top one, the normal, and then I'll compare it to the boosted. Let me catch a glimpse of heaven above and find my peace knowing you. Man, that is just pushing that vocal forward. Oh my goodness. Let me catch a glimpse of heaven above and find my peace knowing you
are enough. 'Cause you are my love. You conquer kingdoms. You climb these mountains. You shine bright as the...
Oh, wow. Sorry. I really love the London. It sounds fantastic. Now, obviously, it is muddying up the bass a little bit to my ears, so I would come in here and use the high pass filter on it. So I'm going to pause the video, and I'm going to do the same thing, and I'm going to switch London to New York, and I'll be back in just a second. Okay, so I've got New York on, same settings, 30%. Let's see here. These are normal. This is the boost. Again, normal console, boost console down here. I'm having a hard time. Sorry. So let's take a listen to the New York. Here we go.
Your touch lets me catch a glimpse of heaven above.
The cool thing about these 3 different plugins is they definitely have their own character. To me, this one's a lot brighter. So let's listen to again here really quick.
Your touch lets me catch a glimpse of heaven above. And find my peace knowing you are enough. 'Cause you are my love. You conquer kingdoms. You climb these mountains. You shine bright as the sun. When you're here with me, I'm no longer empty. You are.
Yeah, if you listen to the snare and the vocals, you can really hear a brightness come out. Listen one more time here and focus on maybe one time through the vocal and then listen to the snare.
Your touch lets me catch a glimpse of heaven above. And find my peace knowing you are enough. 'Cause you are my love.
Cool. Let's try the boost.
Your touch lets me catch a glimpse of heaven above. And find my peace knowing you are enough. 'Cause you are my love.
Yeah, the boost on this one doesn't seem as dramatic to me as the Hollywood. So let's go between the normal and then the boost.
Your touch lets me catch a glimpse of heaven above. And find my peace knowing you are enough. 'Cause you are my love. You conquer kingdoms. You climb these mountains. You shine bright as the sun.
Yeah, I'm not hearing a huge difference between the two of those compared to the other 2 modules. All right, so that's pretty much it for doing it on a mix basis. But let's dive in a little deeper. I wish I had these drums split out to individual tracks. But let's just mess around a little bit here with the saturation part of this. All right, so let me go to the Hollywood, and let's start turning up the saturation on preamp normal. Oops. Oh, hang on just a second. Gotta solo save that. Wow. That is awesome. Let's turn the boost on now. Sounds like a completely different drum set. Holy cow. I did roll up the high pass frequency because I felt like it was kind of flattening the kick out too much, making it sound a little funky. Yeah, I dig it. All right, let's try that with London here. All right, we'll start with normal. Man, that brings the drums to life. All right, let's try the same thing. Go about 60%. Turn the high pass up a little bit. All right, let's listen to the New York. I like the brightness that this adds. It's actually really cool. Sounds much darker there. All right, just for the fun of it, I don't know that I would ever use console mode on individual tracks, but let's just listen to that. All right, let's try preamp, and I'm going to kind of crank the saturation up a little bit more. Sweet. Let's maybe go over to bass here and just see what we can do with this guy. We'll start with New York again. Let's turn the saturation up. Maybe turn this up a little bit. Oh, man, I dig it. All right, let's try this one. Oh, that wasn't even in boost mode. Let's try London here. Not sure I like that one on bass. Let's go to Hollywood here. Boost this up a little bit. All right, so on this instance, I'm using it in parallel, so I'm only using maybe 30%. That sounds pretty cool. Yeah. Let me throw on New York here one more time. All right, cool. And finally, let's just mess with this scratch vocal just really quick. Let's see here. All right, so we're already on New York.
Your touch lets me catch a glimpse of heaven above and find my peace knowing you are enough. 'Cause you are my love. You conquer kingdoms. You climb these mountains. You shine.
Pretty cool. All right, let's try the London.
Your touch lets me catch a glimpse of heaven above and find my peace knowing you are enough.
Oh, man, I love the London on vocals.
Your touch lets me catch a glimpse of heaven above and find my peace knowing you are enough. 'Cause you are my love. You conquer kingdoms. You climb these mountains. You shine.
All right, and let's finally try it on Hollywood.
Your touch lets me catch a glimpse of heaven above and find my peace knowing you are enough. 'Cause you are my love. You conquer kingdoms. You climb.
Sweet. So you can see there's a lot of possibilities with just these three modules. I would describe the New York as pretty much how Slate described it. It's definitely has a bright vibe to it. London has that kind of warm mids, and then Hollywood is just it seems like it's pretty aggressive. So I don't exactly know, how I'm going to incorporate using these into my existing template. I just know that I am going to use them consistently, probably across all of my tracks. I just like the mojo, the vibe, the color that these add. This is like, getting a brand new box of crayons. There's all kinds of colors in here that you can add to your song or to your tracks to give them more vibe. And as you saw when we engaged all these across multiple tracks, it really, on basic settings, it kind of muddied up on London on the bass to me. New York on basic settings across the whole mix sounded great. And Hollywood was just a little too aggressive for me for this song. But I know that London, I think, is going to find its way on most vocals. I love the way the vocal sounds running through this thing. I like the way the overheads or the cymbals sound running through New York. I'm guessing I'm going to like the way guitars sound through Hollywood. Matter of fact, really quick, one more. Let's see here. That sounds pretty cool. Let me check out London here. I definitely like Hollywood better on this. Let's try New York here. Yeah, so I'd probably use Hollywood maybe on some of the guitars. Of course, it's all, source dependent. But we have 3 new things that we can add more color and vibe to our tracks fairly easily and quickly, which I like. So I am digging this new plugin. We've only beta tested this for maybe 7 days. So there's talk of, I think in the next release, the boost is going to be a little bit more aggressive. I'm not sure across the whole board if it's going to be aggressive on each module, but there's talk about the boost being a little bit more aggressive, so it'll be more noticeable when you go from, normal to boost. So these things sound phenomenal. I mean, phenomenal. These may take the place of VCC for me. I'm not sure yet. But anyway, if you liked this video or like these type of videos, please like and subscribe. And thanks for watching. I'll see you again in another video real soon. Take care.